No matter how self-confident you are in your life, at some point, self-doubt is going to creep up and grab hold of you. And in today's video, I want to give you some steps on how to identify where this self-doubt is coming from and how to instantly conquer it so that you can go on to achieve your goals. Hello, I am Brenda and I help people create their dream life by growing and scaling an online business, all right? And if you're listening to this video right now, there's a great chance that you're going after your dreams in whatever capacity that looks like for you. And when that happens, when you go out there and go beyond your comfort zone, which is what has to happen for you to achieve those dreams, you're going to encounter self-doubt. So the first thing really in dealing with self-doubt is finding out why is it popping up specifically, where is it coming from. So once you know those things, it's a lot easier to deal with it, conquer it, and move on to achieve your goals, okay? And so the first thing just to recognize is that yes, no matter how self-confident you are, no matter how awesome you really think you are, and you are so awesome. You may not believe it, you may be dealing with all this self-doubt right now, and your self-confidence is just completely down, but I promise you, you have a lot of amazing skills, so don't forget that. What you're doing right now is you're just reaching beyond your comfort zone. And I applaud you for that because you have to be able to do that. If you're going after just change in your life, doesn't even matter what kind of change that is, that requires you to do things differently, that requires you to think things differently, and at some point that's change, and change can sometimes be scary because we don't know what's going to happen because of that, all right? And so just first off, just be aware that when self-doubt creeps up, take a moment, recognize, self-awareness is a really big deal, recognize, all right, I'm just totally doubting myself right now. And once you can recognize that, don't get hard on yourself, don't put yourself down, just first off recognize it, and then ask yourself the question, the true question, why? Why am I feeling this doubt right now? Where is it coming from? What's it about? Well, and you're gonna find two things. You're gonna find the rational reason, like the legit rational reason, and then you're gonna find the irrational reason, which is behind that. And you want to find both of them. Okay, so when you start to feel anxious, once you start to feel like you're pushing something away, or you just don't really want to do it, or you find yourself doing other things instead of kind of what you know you want to do, it's because you got some self-doubt popping up. It's not just procrastination, there's reasons for it. So let's first off go to the rational reason, because that's the one that always comes up first. What's the rational reason you have this doubt, all right? If you're talking about building an online business, if you're in network marketing or affiliate marketing or direct sales, or you're creating your own product, you're a coach, life coach, any of those things, right? Especially when you're utilizing the internet, which most of you would be, it's why you're here, right? Here's the thing to at least know. You are willingly putting yourself onto a platform to be ridiculed, to be judged, for your most insecure things to be highlighted, and that's not an easy task right there. Okay, and here's the other thing. You're going out of your comfort zone and doing these skills and talking and putting things out there where you're new at that. You know, at some point you're new at that. No one wants to feel rejected. No one wants to be judged. No one wants to be made fun of. All right, so just at its core level, right at the front, yeah, there's going to be some self-doubt. That's to be expected. Okay, so those are the rational reasons that it's just really easy to understand that. Okay, so that's there. You just have to deal with it. There's nothing else to do with that one except be like, yep, that's what I'm doing. All right, so you got to work on that personal development. You got to work on all that other stuff that's important. But now let's get down to the rational reason, all right? It's time to do a Facebook Live out on Facebook. Let's just talk about that for a second. And you got some massive self-doubt. Like, I don't know, like I'm super nervous. This is public speaking. I don't know what I'm going to say. I'm deer in the headlights. I'm going to get frozen. I can practice it just fine. But as soon as that camera, this little green light comes on, I don't know what to say. I don't want to sound stupid. Have you guys ever thought that before? Right? Those are the rational reasons right there. Okay, rational reasons are enough to stop you, okay? But if you can overcome those enough and be like, all right, I'm just doubting myself, all right? I'm a big perfectionist. What if this doesn't go as well as I want it to do? I know it should be amazing, so maybe I just shouldn't start it right now because it's never going to be as good as I want it to be, right? Perfectionism stuff. Those are things that are kind of in your face of like, that's why I got the self-doubt. All right, and you can work on that. But I want to take it to the next level because a lot of people are there and they don't recognize the second part of the self-doubt, which is the irrational side. And the irrational side is still there. You can overcome a lot of these things, but if you have this irrational thought, it's really not irrational. We're human beings. We're built off of emotion. But if it's underlining and talking to you subconsciously, you're going to have a hard time overcoming this self-doubt. So what do I actually mean by that? What is this irrational stuff that's back there? It's the underlining reasons why. Why do you care if someone might judge you? Why do you care if it's not going to be perfect? Why do you care if someone, puts you down and tells you that your hair looks ugly or something? Why do you care? Right? That is because, for one, we're human beings. No one likes to be rejected, but you can't care. That's the biggest thing because it's going to happen. It's going to continuously come up. And so just knowing that I have self-doubt because I'm a people pleaser. I want to be liked by everybody. I don't like when there's confrontation, right? There's parts of personalities that will make this self-doubt bigger for some people versus other people. And so again, it just comes down to being self-awareness, right? If you care a lot about what strangers say about you, how can you overcome that? What can you do so that you don't care as much? And there's a lot of different things that you could do. You could do the whole concept of if you're scared of heights, what should you do? You should go super high and overcome that fear so that you can just do it, right? And so if you're super scared of some of these things and you're having this self-doubt that's coming up and you have to give a presentation and you're terrified and you've practiced enough, but you just can't do it, what should you do? You rip off that Band-Aid and you just go out there and do it, right? So what I want to do right now is I want to give you a couple tools to help you with that part, right? Help you with the conquering of the self-doubt because the self-doubt's going to come up. And if you are achieving your goals, it's going to constantly creep up. Why? Because you're going to get out of your comfort zone and you're going to do something different. You're going to have success. And then it's comfortable. And you're going to stay here for a little while. And then you're like, you know what? I need to start getting out of my comfort zone so I can grow. And then you're going to stay here for a little while. And every time you get out of your comfort zone, that's where growth happens. But that's also where self-doubt will pop up. That's also where insecurities pop up. And so here's one thing, and this is a good one. You might want to write this down. Here's one thing to really help you with that. This is a little quote or saying. It certainly helped me when I was getting started. I was terrified to talk in front of people, by the way. Terrified, all right? Is get comfortable with being uncomfortable. That's a great saying because if you have this mantra of you know what? I'm uncomfortable right now. I'm totally doubting myself right now, but you know what? That's okay. It means I'm growing. If you can have that attitude, oh my gosh, it's going to be so much easier to go after your goals. It's so much easier to do these things. All right, you know what? I'm uncomfortable right now. I'm totally doubting myself, but I'm just going to go forward because that means I'm doing great. It means I'm doing something good. It means I'm going after my dreams. Right? It's a great attitude shift to have. So that's first one, is just get comfortable with being uncomfortable. The second one, motivate yourself. Do whatever you have to do to get outside motivation or even internal motivation. Really have a talk with yourself and beef yourself up. Play some big rocky music going on in the background or go to YouTube, listen to some Tony Robbins, type in motivational. Just sometimes people need, and you may be that one, you may not be internally motivated. Sometimes you need that outside motivation to be like, I'm just going to do it because that will help you conquer that self-doubt. Self-doubt goes away as soon as you push through it. So just recognize that self-doubt will go away as soon as you do it. So the question is, what do I need to do to conquer that self-doubt? All right, get comfortable with being uncomfortable, motivate yourself either internally or get some outside external motivation. And the last one is just really remember why you're doing what you're doing. Really remember that. Remember how awesome your dream life is going to be. If you're trying to create, this dream life so that you can spend more time with your kids, really remember how fulfilling and joyous it will be to be able to, wake up in the morning and hang out with them for a slow, lazy breakfast. And then maybe they do some homeschool or then you travel and you go to the gym. Just what is it for you? Maybe you want, whatever your why is. Why are you doing what you're going after, right? Why? Get really clear on that because here's the thing. When you're really clear on that and you want it and you're like, okay, I want $10,000 a month. You don't want the money. You want what the money's going to get you, right? So when you're clear on what that is, that feeling right there should be bigger than the scariness, the irrationalness of this doubt that's creeping up. And if your doubt and your scariness and your anxiety is so big right now that it's stopping you from achieving what your why is and what you want, this isn't big enough. It means you're going after money, right? But that's not going to help you. Or it's trying to get out of debt. That's basically getting you to zero. So think about that, how to conquer that self-doubt. Get really clear on why you're going after dreams. What does your dream look like? What does your freedom actually look like? And really take a moment to write all that down and visualize it and emotionalize it and hold it in and feel how amazing that will be. Because when it's like that, and when it's special like that, and you have emotion with it, that self-doubt is just gonna go, because you want that. And that little anxiety that you're feeling right here, that self-doubt of some person I don't know on social media might say something to me, who cares? I'm going after my life. All right? So, what can you do right now to just squash any of that self-doubt that you might have and recognize it's not an overnight success. It's not going to happen instantaneously, but there's steps that you can take and there's things that you want to do because no one's going to come over here and hand you everything that you want. Self-doubt's going to creep up. So recognize that when it's coming, hey, this is normal. It means I'm growing and I can stay here in this spot and make excuses about it, or I can do something about it and I can conquer it. And the last thing I want to leave you with is one of my favorite quotes. It's the quote that I tell a lot of my students when I'm working with them, when they're here in this situation where I'm pushing them to get out of their comfort zone. It's the thing that helped me. So listen to this for a second. If you've got self-doubt, here's your quote, right? Action will take you out of doubt. Doubt will take you out of action. So at any point when you have self-doubt, go take action. Go do something towards whatever it is that you're going to do because it's going to take you out of doubt. And if you're taking action, you're not going to have doubt. But if you're doubting and you're sitting there focused on this doubt, it's going to take you out of action. All right? So go take some action today. Go towards your dreams. Figure out what that is. If you want some clarity, if you really are like, you know what, I do want that. I want a successful online business. I just don't know what the heck to do. I don't know how to get over this. Click the link below. I have a resource for you. It is a bonus training that we are giving out to people to help them with their successful side gig, as well as join our private Facebook group. It's absolutely completely free. It's called Creative Freedom, and we're actually like building this slowly because we're being really clear about who the people we want in this group, people that are hungry, going after their dreams, because we want to help you create that freedom. And having a support system, having a free group like this is so helpful. It's absolutely so helpful, and we do trainings inside there also. So if you want to kind of get around other people that are, in the trenches, working hard, creating their freedom, taking these steps, building an online business so that they can leverage their time and live the life that they want to, I got 2 resources for you below. One of them is an actual bonus training. It will give you a report and actually give you the actual steps for an online business on how to do that, because that's kind of like our bread and butter. And number 2, get into our free Facebook group so that way you can hang out inside our world and we can help you achieve your dreams. All right. With that, this is Brenda Gagne. Thanks for listening, and I will see you on the next video.